This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by Mitch Fulfer of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, selling homes all across the valley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fun has just begun. Welcome to the Living in Las Vegas Video Network podcast. Hey, Sabat's here. I'll see you in the live chat.
Go, baby! He created a whole new name of the network and the show at the same time. Pretty cool. Oh, I did that again. Living in Las Vegas starts now. This is what I miss you. I needed some support after being browbeaten by the chat and then fucking Wayne. God, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Here we go! And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Sing it, Brother Sky.
Mr. Scott. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast, maybe, on the Vegas Video Network. It was a rough road to hoe, folks. We almost came to blows
there
about
was some
chicken.
turbulence on the way in.
This is why you go to the live chat, because all hell broke loose. We hadn't even started the damn show yet. By the way, let me congratulate you because you've avoided mayhem.
The testy pre-show.
By not watching the pre-show. This is the time not to come to the pre-show. But I want to congratulate you because you're listening to or watching the longest running podcast about Vegas that actually originates from Las Vegas, which means that we're not only going to talk about what it's like to live here, but we're going to be talking about our adventures. Downtown, Fremont Street, on the Strip, other cool places here in the Valley. And by the way, if you're a fan or a tourist, wait. Maybe you're thinking about moving to our fair city. Somebody in this room just recently moved, and I've never heard somebody cry more in my whole life. Well, if you are moving to the Vegas, guess what? This show's like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Our free show is live on the first and third Tuesday of each month at 7 o'clock Pacific time at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Again, VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Just like Christina Aguilera will tell you over and over again. Come on over, baby. Get yourself in the live chat. Be a part of the show. You're going to meet cool people like those folks right there. You'll see Ace Bats and Ted. You'll see Pops and Dave and Binky and all kinds of pretty fun people, all of whom are nice and well-spirited and have great opinions about many things except for chicken. They don't know shit about chicken, which is a damn shame. But anyways, they're good people. And here's the other magic thing. We start our show at 7 o'clock. We end at 8 o'clock, plus or minus 5%. But it gets better than that. We get to show you how the sausage is made. We do a little pre-show, maybe 20, 15 minutes before the show. You could have heard Wayne cry about moving into his new house with his guard gated, and it's Buffy and Vampy and Davy. It's so difficult. You'll get to hear about that. And then at the end of the show, magic happens. We go Vegas Video Network 2.0. We go VVN After Dark. That's when we talk about things that we wanted to keep off the record. We didn't want people to come back 2 or 3 or 5 years from now and go, hey, didn't you say this? No, we said nothing about those things. But in fact, the live chat knows what we're saying. So get over there to VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Hey, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa. Buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the responsible party for everybody over at KFC. So if you like KFC, come on by. I'm also, by the way, when I'm not shilling for KFC, I'm the founder of the Vegas Video Network. So, on behalf of all those shows, thanks for supporting us on behalf of this groovy little podcast. Thanks for hanging out as well. And by the way, also in this room, new homeowner. He's still moving. Look at his muscles are sore. Poor little baby. It's Pimpin' Wayne, everybody.
Oh, bonjour, mes amis in Canada. Listen, when your face is this pretty, you shouldn't have to work this hard.
Right? The Conks is being mean to me, and guess what? They're going to have chicken. Oh, my God. Hey, we've got some new people in the live chat. Pretty exciting. International people, for that matter. We've got Jens. Where's Jens from? Germany. Come again? What? And you know what Jen's name is? Jens. Keeping it simple.
I mean,
Not getting crazy.
right.
I like it.
Why bother?
Now, he
It's like
discovered us.
KFC. Why bother?
That was pretty funny, but wrong. He's from Germany. He discovered us on the YouTube. We were in his recommendation list. He went, intriguing. Let's taste this. Just like a good KFC chicken, perhaps a leg, or fantastic coleslaw as well. It's going well.
Right, because when I want when I want chicken,
Hush, little
I
baby.
think about the side dishes.
Hush, little baby. So he found us on YouTube. He was hooked. He'd been watching us for a couple weeks. Thanks, Jen, for hanging around. And also new, we've got K-Somps89. His name is Kyle. He's from Minot, North Dakota. They used to have a saying when I was in the Air Force. Why not Minot? Freezing is the reason.
Oh, there's some 70s humor for you.
Those military people, fast.
Wow.
Quick can happen. He's been watching since last summer on the YouTube, and he comes out here quite a bit for the World Series of Poker.
Sounds like my type of guy.
He's all right.
I played in that once.
Did you? How'd it go?
I'm still here.
So poorly, very much like your taste in chicken. Hey, want to thank Eric for his introduction. That was fantastic, Eric. And let's get started with the big shoe. Oh. Ace of Bats. Eric says, thanks for picking our intro. You're welcome. Yours was the only one, so you win. Hey, guess what I did last Saturday? While you were you moving then? No.
Yeah.
You were moving last Saturday. So you were down and crying and talking to Buffy saying, here's what I was doing.
Which flag were you holding up
The winning flag. That's Chance.
He's a humorist.
What you're seeing is the Vegas Golden Knights as they became magical, victorious people who not just only clinched their division, but actually won the Western Division. By the way, that was on Saturday, the Monday previous. Well, look at that. Your friends Wayne and Scott were hanging out. And that was when they clinched the big division.
No, that's when they clinched a playoff
Oh, that's right.
spot.
I'm sorry. They clinched the playoff spot for the, what's it called? Stanley Cup.
We'll get through this. I'll help you out.
What you're going to discover is some of us don't know a lot about hockey, but I thought you guys should know a little bit about these crazy night guys. I haven't talked about them much because I didn't really think it was going to take off.
Well, also, let's face it as well. Let's own up to the facts. We're big in Canada, so this is kind of like our...
This is our Canada show.
Right. You know how TV stations have to show educational, informational children's program weekly
right.
to keep their license?
That's what this is.
We want to stay in those top tier search results on google.ca.
Yeah.
So this is going to help us do that.
And we're actually trying to keep me up to speed on how this is. So let's talk a little bit about the Vegas Golden Knights. It's pretty fascinating. So first of all, you know, when I first heard about this whole idea, yeah, we're going to bring the Vegas Golden, we're going to bring hockey. I'm like, there's no way this is going to happen. So the city of Vegas has been trying to get pro sports here for, I don't know, let's say forever. And
really, the push came with Oscar Goodman. Oscar was a big. He wanted to get stuff downtown. That was his little baby, his pet project.
And he was talking about that for, I don't know, a decade.
Yeah.
And his wife, who's also the mayor, or now the mayor, not the same time. It wasn't a co-mayorship. Same kind of thing. But I'm not sure if they really had a big effect. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to work. But all of a sudden, people started to think this actually might work. Now, the biggest problem the pro sports organizations had was that, there's gambling here in Vegas, and that's going to sully our sport, which is laughable.
Ridiculous.
Right, it's laughable.
There are 36 states in the United States right now that have some form of casino gambling.
But even more, go ahead.
And I was going to say, I forget the exact specific, but I think something like 12 professional teams have a casino within an hour of their stadium.
Yeah. It's even worse than that, though. Their issue is we're going to somehow sully or corrupt the deal. But guess what? There's a lot of illegal gambling going on in the country. There is very little illegal gambling going here because it's all legal. So if you want the safest kind of gambling, be in Las Vegas, be in Atlantic City. It's there. It's watched.
I don't know about Atlantic City.
Well, I mean, it's not a great place, but I'm just saying it's. So, but I really didn't think it was going to happen. So here's what happened. In 2014, the NHL, which is the National Hockey League, you're welcome, everybody. Thank you, Canada, gave permission to a guy named Bill Foley, who's a billionaire wine guy, and also the Maloof family, to hold a season ticket drive. So basically, it was kind of a proof of concept. No, I'll be honest. I heard about that one. Good luck. We've got so many other things to do in Vegas. There's no chance anybody's going to give a shit about this. Well, February 2015, they started the drive, and they got 5,000 deposits for season tickets in the first day and a half. They were aiming for 10,000. So they got it all in
those
advance.
aren't Raiders numbers, but that's something.
So they reached their goal of 10,000 deposits by April 2015. Fast forward to June 2015, they had 13,500 season ticket commitments. Now, they didn't actually have to buy. They put down, I think it was $100 or whatever it was, because I ended up doing it as well. But that was a big number. So at that point, in June 2015, that was also the time where outside places were allowed to bid to be an expansion team for the NHL. So we did. And the NHL said, you know what?
Fun fact. Hold on. Who was the other city that tried to do it at the same time?
I don't know.
Quebec City.
Oh. Well, we would have voted for those guys because we're Canada.
We're big. Yeah.
That's actually not
our
the right
home
melody.
and native. Yeah,
No, it's Canada is the right
Canada,
name,
our
but
home and
the
native
melody
land.
was wrong.
True patriot love and all thy sons command.
Wow, you're
Mountaintops we see thee rise, the true north strong and free.
Go, baby, go. That's good. What you don't know about chicken, you make up for in the national anthem of Canada. So, approved June 22nd, 2016, ladies and gentlemen, the Vegas Golden Knights became an actual team, which is pretty cool. Now, Vegas Golden Knights, that was named by, again, our good man Foley, and it was a nod to the Black Knights of the United States Military Academy, which is ironic, because there was a rumor that the Army was going to sue us for using that name.
They're not so. It's tied up in tied up in trademark.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Trademark office, right?
Trademark
office.
Yeah. So apparently Foley was an ex-Army guy. It's what I read.
Now, what's funny though is that he's got respect. He actually came from there. He's a West Point grad.
That's it. Okay.
And the response that so the Army already has a patent and trademark on the term Golden Knights. It's their parachute team. Right. So, in response, when the Vegas Golden Knights, the hockey team, attempted to register the patent and trademark, the trademark office, makes them, says, we got a conflict here. Can you go into further detail? And they got a little snarky. So on the response back to the patent and trademark office, the Vegas Golden Knights said, we do not believe there will be any confusion. Nobody has come to us stating that come to our hockey game stating that they intended to see a parachute team.
Boom. Well, and by the way, there's something to be said for that, right? Because so what a trademark is about is there confusion in the marketplace? They're actually right there. They're not thinking, oh yeah, no, I think we're gonna go see parachuties or whatever. So, anyways, so when I first heard the name, when you first heard the name Vegas Golden Knights, what did you think? That's what I thought. What the hell?
And some people are still, I don't want to say bitter, but
I feel pretty good about it now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because they say winning's the ultimate deodorant.
That's right.
But, I mean, first off, let's just start at the beginning. This is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We didn't welcome you to the Welcome in Vegas podcast and blog.
So there's a lot of people here who were pissed off that they called themselves Vegas Golden Knights as opposed to Las Vegas Golden Knights. Now, if you look at the logo, I understand why they said Vegas. But it was funny watching people just freak out because we didn't say Las Vegas. But I had the same opinion. I'm like, Vegas Golden Knights. That's, is anybody going to say Vegas Golden Showers? Is this if they get the shit beat out of them? Is this going to be bad? I'm like, oh my God, you guys didn't think this through. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Only because they're kicking everybody's ass. Okay, so they have their mascot Chance, who is a
Gila monster.
Right. When you think, do you know why they didn't do a knight?
Well, there's a knight that walks around in the stadium.
Yeah, but they didn't call him as their official mascot. Do you know why?
Because we're in the same division with the Kings.
No. Oh, but that's a good answer. We should go with that. No, it's because they looked at other night mascots and none of them were kid friendly. They're all kind of mean. Chance.
Kids loves themselves a Gila monster.
Which is very similar to the Komodo dragon, which if he licks you, you die. So
yeah,
could be a little off, but nonetheless, they went that way. Now, you can watch them on AT&T Sportsnet or Lawrence Broadcasting.
How terrible is that?
Well, so I
how
think,
terrible is that? How many people out there, raise your hand if you've heard of AT&T Sportsnet Rocky Mountain?
I didn't know about it until my friend Neil, who's in the UK, subscribed to whatever it is so he can watch every game. He's watched more games than I have.
I mean, first off, that in itself is a little embarrassing.
How do you get it?
AT&T Sportsnet Rocky Mountain.
You probably have it on your new Cox.
Well, yeah, I do on Cox. but how do you not get better tier billing? Like that's not a lot of prestigious airtime.
I don't think anybody thought they were going to get anything. Nobody. I bet you they're all going, oh man, this team is good. Who knew? And they're an expansion
How many
team.
channels on cable you've never even tuned to?
Oh,
that you maybe have heard of.
Well, I'd never heard of it. AT&T Sportsnet until
Rocky Mountain.
Oh, wow.
There's different variations.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, so it's.
This is what you call a regional sports network, RSN.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's talk about this venue that they're in. They're in a place called the T-Mobile Arena that was finished April 6, 2016. So it'll hold 20,000 people. That's what its potential there. 17.5 for hockey games.
Yeah, 20 is for a concert if you put seats on the floor.
Yeah. It's in an area called the Park, which is this area that's a street that was created between Las Vegas Boulevard and is it Frank Sinatra Boulevard?
Yeah, is what borders it on the west side.
Yeah, on the
back of the property.
So it's a new street. It's got a lot of really cool.
And that's what they just changed the name of the Monte Carlo to.
Right. It's Park MGM.
They literally just took that sign down.
Oh, did they?
There.
Oh, is that right? Okay. So it's between New York, and what was once Monte Carlo that's now going to be called Park MGM. So this is another example of me. It's a good thing I'm not in charge of building shit because I would have been like, this is risky. Who knows, is this going to work out? So there's a California Pizza Kitchen, and there's, what do I got there? A beer house, Sake Roku. There's a bunch of what ends up being pretty good restaurants.
You're up for CPK, only eclipsed by KFC.
That's right.
Is it initials? Is that what it is?
It's all about the CPK.
If you get initials,
3 initials, I'm in. Yeah, I'm done.
Right?
Right. What was... Well, I'll get to this in a minute. So they also have built a theater right across the street, a theater called Park Theater, which is part of Park MGM. It's about 5,000 people.
The naming creativity, doesn't it just overwhelm you?
Those MGM people, sharp as bowling ball. And so that's a place that has Cher is there. Ricky Martin is there. We actually saw Ricky Martin. Stay tuned for a review on Ricky Martin. I've got a scathing review from a friend.
You saw Ricky, huh?
Yeah.
You lived La Vida Loca.
I lived La Vida Loca.
Right.
And the review I got was on track with exactly what I thought about it. So great food and drink in the property itself. Now, Wayne has said that it's a little expensive, and it is. I mean, what's a beer?
Beer cost me $13.
Yeah.
A mixed drink, $14.
Or more. They have $18 drinks if you get their signature drinks.
Right.
So is that higher than what you would pay?
Well, I mean, you and I went there. Each round, because you're a Crown and Diet guy, as you are right now.
Yep.
I'm me being a man of the people.
Right.
Just a beer was fine, and so $27 a round, pre-tip, post-tax at least. Tax was included.
Hey. So 27. That's $14
Popcorn was $8. A hot dog is $7.
Yeah, so is that number? Are those numbers outside of what you would do at MGM Grand Garden or at the Fabulous Forum? I mean, that's my guess is no. As a matter of fact, how much does a Dodger dog
they're
cost?
in line, but it's. I mean, it goes along with what we've talked about before, which is Vegas is starting to really push the limits on what's acceptable.
Love it.
But until there's pushback, if people pay it, listen, every intermission,
pricing elasticity.
Line at the bar, right?
Absolutely. And
everybody
which, by the way,
walking down had a tub of popcorn.
There's 3 halftimes, or there's 2 halftimes in a hockey game.
Yeah, it's an intermission.
I know,
what they're called.
But they're like 18 minutes.
Part-time.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So you can go out and take a piss and
absolutely wait in line.
Grabs. Right. And by the way, the lines for the men are longer than the line for the women. How is that possible? I don't get it. All right.
Yeah.
So back to the property. Good food, good drink, If you, from a view perspective, this is what I think is fascinating about this property. So in my opinion, it has easily the best layout for an equally sized venue that I've ever been into.
I like it.
Without question. And part of the reason is the pitch of the seats. So the angle that the seats are in, normally it's like this kind of an angle. Well, actually, this is probably a better shot. So, and normally the angle is like this, but the pitch of these seats are much higher.
It's steep.
So
it
super steep. So the guys in the very
if you got yourself
back,
some vertigo,
yeah,
watch out.
The folks in the very back are actually closer to the action, whether it's hockey or a concert, because the pitch is much higher. So Wayne actually hit it. There's a lot of people who have complained, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a number of people who have complained that it's dangerous because getting down to your seat is a little scarier if you're at the high part. And my recommendation is, back off on the $18 Crown and Diets, and you'll probably be okay. Hit more of the $8 popcorn. I think is a safe bet. But I will tell you, I've seen concerts there. And I've seen hockey there, and I can't think of a better place I've ever been.
I've seen basketball there in addition as well.
Oh, so was it similar? I mean,
yep.
Do you feel good? Mm-hmm. It's a great, And by the way, here's the other thing I like about this property. It was privately funded.
Oh, don't start. Yeah, it was privately funded. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
It was privately funded. Man, you know what, Wayne? Here's what's funny about you. You have to work a little bit. You have to move a little bit. And you're piss and vinegar all of a sudden. This is the first time Wayne's woken up in a show in a forever.
Was it about 60 days after they announced they're privately funding it that they enacted parking fees? I believe.
Maybe.
Was that just a coincidence, perhaps?
Oh, so you're alleging.
By the way, an $8 bucket of popcorn that probably at wholesale price is 75 cents, privately funded though.
Guess what? I still like it better than $750 million that are being taken away from people who don't even know it's being ripped off for them.
Because they never had it in the first place.
Bullshit.
Oh, we're going sideways.
All
Let's
right,
stay on topic.
Enough. God damn it. I'm telling you, if I would have known you were going to be so upset and moving.
You got so decimated on KFC, I don't even want to get into Raiders.
All I know is this.
I would worry for you today.
I am so concerned that labor causes you problems, physical labor, that if I'd have known this, I'd have helped you move. I've never seen you quite so anxious. So please, did you need a break? We're coming up to a commercial in a minute. I want you to just take a couple deep breaths, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth as we continue the show, okay? As a matter of fact, let's do that right now. I'm going to take a quick break and talk a little bit about our sponsor, just so our good friend Wayne can grab a moment by himself. Hey, again, new sponsor is Mitch Fulfer over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And, we talked about this in the last show. I mentioned that there were 14,000 realtors. Somebody who is piss and vinegar today said that was wrong, and he was right. I was wrong. There's actually 15,229 realtors right now. That's down from 16,500 from last year. In other words, there's a lot of realtors here. They're dropping off like flies. 80% of these guys never sold or bought a house. So I want to tell you a little bit about them, but instead of me telling you, I'm going to give you an email that I received yesterday or day after yesterday. Day before yesterday. Day after yesterday is today. Fantastic. Hi, Scott. Thanks again for recommending Mitch. Just thought I'd let you know that my wife and I were in Vegas this past week and we met with him. He was very knowledgeable, professional, and helpful, which is, as you know, not always the case with realtors. Before seeing the last show, I didn't know that Mitch would be an advertiser on your show. I told him I thought it'd be a great idea. Hopefully it'll be good for both of you. All the best, Bill in Connecticut. So Mitch is the man. Go check out Mitch again, his website, Mitch Fulfer, MITCHFULFER.com. Again, MITCHFULFER.com. Whether you're buying or selling, this is the guy to work with. All right, we're back. Performance. Let's talk about the whole Vegas Golden Knight vibe. So here's why I joined.
Okay.
I used to be.
Yeah, let's back up a second because we didn't mention this. So you got in, you put in your deposit, but you decided to go partial season.
Well, I'm just going to talk about that right now.
Okay,
you're right on there. So prior to this, we were members of the Broadway series over at the Smith Center. So they had for probably 4 years, and it was really neat. So it's basically Broadway shows that come in. There was about 10 of those shows a year. And so we saw lots of musical stuff. But after 4 or 5 years, we kind of thought, you can only see the musical version of Purple, Purple, what's that thing called? Color Purple.
Oh.
Enough time. You're like, okay,
I was going to say Purple Rain. I was like, you can't see them enough.
Wait, there's a Purple Rain thing? I didn't even know. No. So the NHL came out, or the Vegas Golden Knights came out and said, we're going to have season tickets. And we put the money in to say, well, you know what? Let's be supportive of this new thing. It sounds like it's a good idea. The problem is there are 80 hockey games.
Oh, it's a job.
Yeah, it's a real job.
The first 3 years Hannah and I moved to town, we got Runnin' Rebel college basketball tickets because the team was good and, Tarkanian and all that.
Talbiter.
So that comes with, I want to say maybe 15 or 16 games.
Right.
It becomes another job.
It is a little bit.
You get home and it's a Tuesday night after you've worked all day and you're like, well, fuck, we got tickets. I guess we might as well go. Otherwise, we're just going to waste them.
I just got to tell you, you have never been this energetic in a show ever. Labor is good for you. Working hard, lifting boxes. God bless your little heart.
Seriously, because people complain about going to the strip all the time, but the parking, the traffic, the concessions, you're tired, you just want to go to bed, and nope, it's game night.
I wish you guys could see this from my angle. This is crazy here. He's manic. He's so enthusiastic. Okay, so anyways, 80 games in hockey. That means there are 40 home games.
That's a lot.
That's a season ticket. That's a full season ticket. We're like, no. How about a half season ticket, Mr. Whitney? That's 20 games. No. So we got the quarter season ticket, which is about 10 games. Don't you wish, though,
after you see the prices on StubHub, don't you wish you could have gotten back in the time machine and got the season?
Actually,
that last half of the year, I looked because I wanted to take my family to a game. That last half of the year, you couldn't get in the building for less than $100.
So that's
that was before StubHub puts on 25% of their fees.
So that's interesting.
Taxes.
So that's interesting. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So we did the season ticket thing, but it was mainly just to be supportive. Everybody thought this was going to be a shit show. This is an expansion team, which basically they get the redheaded stepchildren from every team.
Correct.
Come to find out, they didn't get redheaded stepchildren. They got actually pretty good players. And, kind of people freaked out because holy shit. So the odds for the Vegas Golden Knights to get in the Stanley Cup, or I think it was to win, it's 150 to 1. By the way,
got up to 250 at the Westgate.
Was that right? So I have a friend who bet that, and he might win a lot of money. So if you just, when I walked into this thing, when I went to the very first game, and as it went on to the 10th game, I had super low expectations of what would be in front of me. This is the first time, an NHL team is here, a pro team is here. I just thought it'd be
how
like
much professional hockey had you seen prior to
a little
this?
bit. The Sharks. So the San Jose Sharks. When I was in the Bay Area, I probably saw 3 games.
Okay,
and it was good. I mean, there was high energy, a lot of boom. So I thought, okay. But
now, did you go because you wanted to see the Sharks, or you went with some friends? You went to CPK. You had some drinks. Was it ancillary or was it the purpose?
It was ancillary, and it was KFC. We didn't go to CPK.
So you spent the whole time in the bathroom. You didn't see any hockey anyway.
Here's the thing. That's funny. It's not true, but it's funny. For instance, icing. I believe it's if you hit a puck far away. Offsides. I don't have the first clue what offsides is. Sticking. Get it. Slashing.
High sticking.
High sticking.
Yep.
I get that. But I would say 80% of the people in that room. We saw a guy
take one to the face.
Oh, and knock that girl out.
Yeah.
I would say 80% of the people in there, at least 80% of the people from Vegas don't have the first clue what these rules are. We're just watching people skating and bumping into each other.
When the puck goes in the net, you got horns and smoke, and you know when to fucking start cheering.
We are basically Pavlov dog. Oh, shit. That's smoking and red light spinning good. Up,
Time to clap.
That's what we're doing. Meanwhile, and in front of us are always the other team, fans. So harassing these people is fantastic fun.
Well, and those people were probably people that were just a tad bit smarter than you, or luckier. I would say smart. I'll say luckier because they bought full season, and then when the team was good, they just started selling those on.
Oh, you think that's what that is?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so interesting. I wonder if that's what it is. Oh my God, I have no concept of people doing that kind of thing. I just feel like
that's what I plan to do with my tickets.
I haven't been to every game, but I've given them to friends or I've taken friends, that kind of stuff. Because, I'm a good guy, and I'm not trying to take advantage of the common man. Okay, so
just to let you know, though, and I want to see your reaction on this when I tell you that on the secondary market, I didn't know what seats you had until I went with you. On the secondary market, yeah, keep that shot right there. On StubHub, you could have resold those tickets for about $175 a piece.
It's not a huge profit.
Okay, well.
I think our cost was 100, 125, something like that. So,
all right, well,
so
it's still $100 a game. I mean, for someone like
you
yourself,
should know. You should know. You've got Buffy over there moving your stuff.
100. It's not worth your leg is sore and your foot. You don't pick that $100 bill up.
I would rather give it to a friend or take a friend. I won't be doing that again. Today's lesson, kids: if you've got a slightly manic co-host, don't take him to the Vegas Golden Knights game.
Yeah, okay.
It's spooky. All right.
I did by the first couple rounds.
The show. I stand corrected. Okay, so the show. What happens with the show? So we're talking lights.
Yep.
We're talking sound. The announcers.
Lots of sound.
The music. Guess what? Top notch. Surprisingly good. Yes,
a little
it's loud. And it has. Get off our lawn, you fucking kids.
Yeah.
But so what's interesting about this?
I'm
mentioned
a generation younger than you.
I know.
I thought
you actually
can we turn this down a little.
Hey, Scott, is this loud to you? Get off my lawn. You know what? It's gotten louder. The last 2 games that we went to, the music, and this is mostly pre-show. Or pregame, pre-show, is really like the game before you went. It hurt. Like, what's happening? Why are you guys doing this? We're already enthusiastic. Don't deafen us before we get going. So it is a little loud, but the bumpers they have, the video segues they have, and the lights and the shows, and man, I'm telling you what. It's fantastic. It's really good.
Nobody does production like Vegas.
Right. And by the way, we've seen a couple games where, during the intermissions, whatever those things are called, let's bring out Cirque du Soleil or let's bring out Blue Man groups. They play, the 18 or about 10 minutes of stuff.
Right.
It's never very good. But the fact that we have Blue Man group and Cirque du Soleil during our intermissions, it's pretty fucking cool. So,
although I will say something funny one time, I follow several sports writers and Vegas people on Twitter, and one intermission, it was the Australian Bee Gees. People just murdered them.
I wasn't for that one.
It was murder. It was straight murder. Yeah,
staying alive.
I mean, listen, I'm sure they work very hard at what they try to do. Boy, that one, the hockey crowd did not appreciate Australian Bee Gees.
So I think there might be something to be said for the fact that these guys are winning, and that probably helped juice them and do more work in the production side. I don't know, but it's been very, very impressive. So now if you look at the group, the people who are actually making this stuff happen, the team itself, again, I don't know anything about hockey, but I do know that expansion teams usually do pretty crappy.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was our expectation.
We broke every expansion team record.
That's right. We actually broke expansion team for all pro sports. I mean, it was pretty crazy what happened there. And I actually didn't expect good things to happen. My idea was we're going to go out, I actually expected that we'd get a couple goons on our team and it would be fighting. We saw the first game we saw a fight. We didn't see a fight again until like the 8th game. These guys aren't fighters.
No.
And then we brought in a fighter and we lost that game. I'm like, hey, none of this fighting. When, goddamn?
Right. Can we be a little more professional here?
We don't need to fight. Let's go and get that puck in the net thing over there. So
let's make the smoke go off.
Right. I want smoke and red light, blinky, blinky, blinky. That's what makes me happy. Right. So here we are, best pro expansion team in pro sports, as I understand it. And there's some real stars running around this place, like the goalie, Fleury. This guy, come to find out...
Tell me his first name. Marc-Andre.
Oh, God damn, I was going to say Michael. He's the guy. He's really, really good. And then this guy, William Karlsson, the game that we were at last Saturday... Did you see the shot he made? So he's he's come skating like this. Here's the goalie. He takes the puck and he puts it between his legs and he hits it behind between his legs. And the stick over here blocks the goalie's stick. It was the most, but nobody saw it. We were all like, well, goal. And then they did the replay. I'm like, what the? Houdini is working for us. That's fantastic. So these guys are really, really, really good. So what's the best part of this stuff? Well, come to find out, we've got a winning team. These guys are going to be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And we're going to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second.
Let's do that because holy shit.
There was some hullabaloo, okay?
Yeah.
So did you take the Knights vow?
What's that?
So the Knights, in order to keep people from profiting off of the playoff tickets,
You don't have any choice in this vow.
They enacted what was called. Now you have some choice. Well, no, let me explain.
No, you don't.
So let me tell you what the press. So I read the press release and I read the RJ's summary of it.
And I'll tell you what's going to happen.
And so they offered playoff tickets to, of course, full season holders, and then half season ticket holders, and then partial. They went down the line in seniority.
That's right.
You could buy playoff tickets at, I believe, 25% is what they said on average, probably 25% higher than your regular season tickets if you took the Knights vow.
What's that?
The Knights vow was you agreed not to resell those tickets.
That's not true.
Or this is what I'm just telling you what it said.
Yeah,
so then I'll tell you what it said. You tell me how it is.
Okay.
If you wanted the ability to resell those tickets, they would be, I believe, up to 80% above what your regular ticket would cost for a regular season game.
That's so interesting. It's all wrong. So there is no Knights vow. You are not allowed to resell these tickets, period. And they can control that. So the one thing I really disliked about this whole thing is this Flash Seats thing. So they use this app called Flash Seats.
Boy, is it like a primitive, shitty app.
Fucking pain in the ass, man. When we first got our tickets,
like 6 years ago.
Wow, when we first got our tickets, we spent days trying to get them in our account.
Really, you don't. When you say we first got our tickets, you don't get tickets.
Oh yeah,
you get basically credits.
Yeah, that's right.
Loaded into your app, and then when you go to the game, they scan your phone and they print you out basically a receipt.
That's right. That you can then show the people who want to make sure you have a receipt. Yeah. So it took forever to do it, but so there is no. So if you want
tickets,
if you want to sell your tickets or give them to somebody else, they have to have this app, this Flash Seats. So like, if you want to sell them on StubHub, what you can do, which we did for something. It was for a preseason game. We did that.
Okay.
They have to have Flash Seats, and it has to be integrated with StubHub. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's a nightmare. That was a shit show. Meanwhile, so what they're saying for the playoffs is, you're not going to have the ability to sell them on Flash Seats. They're just going to take it away. So it doesn't matter I didn't take a vow. It's just not going to happen. With regards to pricing, it was so interesting. So they said, as a season ticket holder, you're going to get a discount against what other people will pay, what the regular folks. So, and I think they said, the average price would be like $145 versus $195. Now I thought, I get that. That sounds fine. We were paying $125 or whatever for our seats. Now $145, $195 are for the seats right by Hyde, which is the club they have up there at the very, very highest end. So
literally, you can reach up from up there and touch the rafters.
Ceiling. That's not the price that I paid for my tickets. My tickets were equivalent to where I was. So I'm in section 9, row T.
Lower level.
Yeah, lower level, section 9. Good seats, great seats. I'm in a similar place now.
The Knights are calling. They would like you.
Please shut the fuck up.
They'd like to remind you the terms of service had a confidentiality clause in it.
So I think my tickets were $295.
Woo!
I think that's right.
Wow.
Or $265.
And I'm next to Buffy and whoever in the Village.
Hey. I didn't say I wasn't.
Right, I'm located on the estate grounds here. I could drive home to the Village, but I'm
just trying to be. I'm just reporting what the facts are, man. I bought them to write off. But so I was a little surprised because they said it'll be $145 to $195. I'm like, well, that's not $145 and $195. It's a lot higher. Well, they were talking about the rafter seats, basically.
You got what I refer to as Cox Cable.
And the process was a little bumpy, but here's the deal. Am I going to do this again next year? I don't know. All I know is this.
Really? You don't know if you're
I'll do the season tickets.
Okay.
I'll do that. But will I do playoffs again? I don't know.
Okay.
I want to say that I went to the first one. You know, just like I was at the Clinchy thing,
So
and I was
can
at
tell
the,
your kids one day who are already fully grown and
they don't
right,
care. They don't give a
lawyers
shit about
and-
that. But I like the idea of saying I was there. Like, you know, so, you know, when you're a first season ticket holder, you get this inaugural thing. It's kind of neat. Mm-hmm. Right? 2017 inaugural season ticket.
In
That's
57 years, that'll be worth $20.
I don't worth $25 if all goes well. By the way, there's Vegas. That's why you don't have loss in there, because where would you put it? But here's what I'm going to say. If you get a chance to go, especially if you're in the row in front of me and you're rooting for the other team, please go. It's a good time.
Absolutely. T-Mobile's fantastic.
You'll have a good
I saw a
time.
guy, I think I told you this story. I saw, and I'm not going to mention his name, but I saw a notable UFC, and they have a lot of UFC at that arena.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do.
So I saw a notable, credible, nationally credentialed UFC writer basically shit on T-Mobile and say that it had no character.
What?
It was bland. And I could not disagree more. Listen, believe me, I love Las Vegas. Scout, you love Las Vegas. We're Vegas people.
Yep.
That's why we're here right now. That's
Yep.
why you're listening right now.
That's right.
You're probably interested in this. I have been to other arenas. I travel. I go to other pro games. This is a top-notch facility.
It is.
And so anybody that says otherwise, this is truly something. Form your own
stoned.
opinion. Don't take someone else's opinion on this, unless it's ours, because obviously we're your local authority. It's a top-notch facility. I have no complaints. The bathroom could be a little bit bigger. The prices could be a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Guess what?
Overall, beautiful facility.
Go. Both for the facility. If you get to see even a concert there, just go.
Yep.
I promise
went there
you.
for the Vegas 10-1 benefit show.
Yeah, and I've seen, like I said, I've seen a couple of things. It's telling you, just go. They did good stuff. And if you can watch the Vegas Golden Knights, go Knights. And
We didn't even talk about the practice facility. It's beautiful.
oh,
It's got the
shit.
restaurant.
And it's
You can have fun.
fantastic. Oh, that's a great point. Damn
You
it,
can go
we should
for
talk about that.
free and watch
Oh,
practice.
shit. And actually, this is a
Have
really
your
good point.
kids get in
No,
line,
that's
go
a
get
really
an
good point.
autograph.
Wayne, God damn it. God bless your little Buffy heart. That's right. So it's called the National
City National
City
Arena.
National Arena, which is over by downtown Summerlin.
Right next to Red Rock Casino.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is another example of them hitting this fucker out of the park. So, Scott, would you like to go to a place where there's ice and cold and stuff? No, I don't want to go to a place where there's ice and cold and stuff. Well, just come over to this National City Arena
Right.
thing.
Listen,
and
there's
just
a bar.
do it.
There's
Guess what?
food.
It's fantastic. So they've got 2 ice rings that are separated by an elevated bar. Oh,
A pub.
yeah.
Full menu.
Yeah.
Pizza's good.
Is
The
it
burgers are good.
Yes, it's all good. Drinks are good. Hell,
Yep.
I had a smoky drink there a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic. And you get to watch them. You get to watch the Vegas Golden Knights practice,
Yep.
or all kinds of
UNLV,
amateur people are
all
hanging
sorts
out.
of junior
Kids are running
youth.
around. Man, and then they've got, that's where they have their store where you can buy all this
Yep.
kind of crap. And I tell you what, it's great. The food's great. The location's great. Everything's great. They haven't dropped a thing, man. It's fantastic. Go check these guys and go check out the practice facility. It's just, well, we were there.
It's free.
Yeah, we were there. There was a game going on, but we didn't know there was a game. We were actually shooting a video for some friends, and we just decided, well, let's go have lunch. And so there was a game going on AT&T Sportsnet Western
Rocky Mountain.
And so the place
Because when
was,
you think of Vegas, you think of the
Rocky Mountain?
Rockies.
So it was packed, but we found a chair, and so there, on all these little big screens, the game was playing. People were just freaking out, having a great time. Meanwhile, people were playing in both ice rinks. I'm looking around, going, I'm in Vegas, man. This is awesome. Go.
And the
Go check these
prices,
guys out.
it was actually had them one time, Mackenzie River Grill.
It was.
Pub. The prices are a little bit higher, but listen, you're looking at $2-3 more than an Applebee's, and you're at an NHL class
better.
practice facility.
We've had a couple
Practice is free. Your kids can line up and you get autographs at the end of the practice sessions.
Yeah, I've
for
seen,
free.
and the food is good too. The drinks are good too.
Absolutely.
It's we're probably going to do a drink here next show where it's magic. Some pretty cool shit. But let me just say, in the live chat, they're like, Scott's glowing over this. I haven't seen him this excited in a long time. I didn't expect to be excited about this, and guess what? I'm okay with being excited about this. Now, when the Raiders come in here, I'm going to shit all over these guys. But Vegas Golden Knights, go check these guys out. Matter of fact, I raise a glass to the Vegas Golden Knights. on me. Have a drink on me. Come on. Yeah. All right. All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I talk about a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, but never a club.
No, but I'll tell you what. There was a little of that at the Golden Knights game. There's a house DJ.
Well, there is, yeah, and there's also Hyde, Hyde,
correct,
up at the very, very top with this weird pointy thing that comes out.
Two of them, one on each end.
There's two of them?
Yep.
Well, so I didn't even know that. That if you stand out there, I would.
That is, they call that bird's eye view, and that is accurate description.
It's for the birds. I'm not getting out there. Fuck
I've
that.
been up there. You have?
I've been up there, but I haven't hung out there during a game. Yes.
Okay.
I
walked out to the point and
just to say, go. Hey,
and kind of held on.
That's fantastic. I would like to not have to see a whole game from this point. Have a drink on me. This is part of the show. Like I said, though, we're going to show a picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, and you're going to guess it. Now, you can win some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, my gosh, the stuff you can win.
But first, let's talk about how you can win. There's a number of ways. First way, bam, give us a correct answer. Number two, bam, you submit an entry and you're in the live chat. That's the second one. Bam, you send a video or photo guess. That's another opportunity. Bam, you're the first correct entry. That's another opportunity to get in the hat. And you do an intro video just like Eric did. 5 chances to get yourself in the hat.
Wow.
That's magic. Now, you may say to yourself, Scott, yeah. So there's many chances for me to win, especially if I'm in the live chat. But what do I win? I think we can help with that. Wayne?
Can I get some music, please?
Yes, stand by. Let's go with that one.
Let's start off with this beautiful shot on me, please.
What the fuck?
I don't know. There we
Man,
go.
you have really changed your role after you've moved into the new house,
This beautiful Vegas Video Network Pfizer. Listen, does that look small on me? It does, but guess what? It doesn't matter. This puppy's adjustable.
Look at that.
So I just put that guy on like
Nice.
that. I'm the most stylish guy in town. Am I going to a Vegas Golden Knights game?
Maybe.
Am I going to a KFC and I'm going to need to fan myself afterwards?
You're
because
weird.
I've got the KFC sweats right
What's
now.
that mean?
It doesn't matter because wherever I go, I am sporty
Let's
and
move it along,
stylish
please.
with
Show.
the Vegas Video Network.
All right, can I
Pfizer.
have my show back, please?
Hey, did you eat yourself?
Talk. I'll look.
Did
I'm
you eat
modeling.
yourself some KFC the other night? Now you're laid up in bed with food poisoning? You know what will really make you feel better? No, not Pepto-Bismol. The just dulcet, smooth tones of Jazzathan.
Or
Crisp Acoustic. Crisp Acoustic 2. It is never too early to get into the spirit, folks. We could all use a little kumbaya, and that starts with the guitar stylings of Scott Whitney. Finally, listen, it's too bad. Scott's already got his playoff tickets. You're not going to get to go to a game with him. However, what you can do, Scott will gladly meet you at the CPK bar. He's real big on it. Outside Golden Knights Stadium. He'll tell you about all the great times there and all the fun he had over a drink that he will pay for. Believe me, take him up on this opportunity, folks. I had to buy him drinks to get him to take me to the game. You will get to live all the experiences in the virtual reality as if you were there when Scott buys the drink.
Thanks very much. By the way, our new visors have come in. So for those of you who are a little behind, I'm a little behind. You haven't received it. They're coming.
It's about time they crack the whip on those 13-year-olds in China.
Right? All right, 27 out of 27 correct answers. But wait a minute,
Wow.
You maybe say to yourself, isn't there more to this? There is. I'm going to skip the galaxy of gods. If you, it sounds like this.
Boom.
Galaxy
Scott,
of
Christina,
gods,
Jackie, Wayne, and our friend
and
Brett.
some other people, and
Brett.
then there's more, and wait there.
Right.
Here, let me show you one or two, and then there's one. Oh, that's not the right one. How about that one? And there's, okay, enough.
Yep, and then
Enough.
this is it,
Jesus
right.
Christ, let's go. We're running behind. Okay. 27 out of 27. Who knew that this would be so popular? It must have been the
was it
hints.
again? I don't remember.
Do you not really remember?
I don't know. That's the half bottle of Tito's talking.
The hint was corduroy, or
Corduroy?
corduroy.
Oh.
I think it was the zippy sound that your pants make that really got people involved with it. That's over at the Fremont East area. So congratulations to all you guys who got that right. Okay, holy shit, we got a whole shitload of it. Here we go. Ready?
Wow.
27. Unbelievable. Let's begin.
Okay.
Number one, Bill 98036. One for the correct answer. One for being the first in there. And I've
Bill
lost all my-
98036 90210, something like that.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
Shannon Doherty, Bill?
Let me check something real faster because I just lost all my people. Yeah, my blog. Oh, here we go. That's a little bit better. Is he in there?
I don't think so.
No.
Haven't seen
Okay,
him.
now Jimmy Gallagher. One for the correct answer. And,
No Jimmy tonight.
okay. Mike Q. One for the correct answer.
Mike's there.
One for the live chat. And Mr. Testy. One for the correct answer. One for being in the live chat. And Who's Your Daddy? One of my favorite names. One for the correct answer. One for being in the live chat.
You have a good pun.
I love that. David Trickel.
No. He said how to say it. It was in the chat. David is in the chat.
Is he in the chat now?
And he specifically gave us the phonetic spelling of that name. And
you sure he's in the chat?
Yeah. He was here at least for the
is that
pre-show.
That's David Lame. Tree Shell.
Yes.
David Tree Shell. One for the correct answer. One for being in the live chat. Let's give him a bonus one for providing guidance.
Phonetic spelling.
Boom.
Listen, at a point like this.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Shit. Mike from the Couve, who visits Las Vegas 6 to 8 times a year, but he wants to move here. He just has to get the balls to do it. Mike? Let's go.
It's a rough time, Mike. The
Let's go, baby,
Canadian
go.
dollar's at an all-time low. Maybe wait a little bit.
Binky51 Monica. One for the correct answer.
Oh,
one for
Monica's
being in the
there.
live chat. She's one of the best.
Once dated a Monica.
Previous winner.
Not this one, though.
No, well, no, of course not.
But we know how that worked out.
All right. John Moschella. VIP Donnie, who says that this place has great Moscow mules. Richard,
See, I don't
also
drink Moscow
known as Phase Jitter. Richard gets one for the correct answer, one for being in the live chat. And we continue. Tammy.
The little tin cups aren't good for you.
Tammy Mossbrucker? Oh, Jesus Christ. You're such a fucking flower.
Yeah.
Bob Thomas, one for the correct answer. Renee, who says to you that La Canada something or other. What's it say?
Merci beaucoup, Renee.
What's it say?
It says Canada loves you too, Wayne.
But in French, it says Le Canadien vous
would you like me to
aime
read it in French?
rien. No, please stop.
Le Canada vous aime, Wayne.
There you go. So that was,
put that back in.
hold on, that's Renee's mom, or Renee, I'm sorry. But their email says Tammy. Spies.
Merci beaucoup,
And then Renee's mom also said, this is smart. So they both listen or watch, and they put in both.
Mère de Renee aussi.
Oui.
I love Renee's mom as well.
Then we have Bill
7 years of French. folks.
Stray L. That's good. Be in. Who's going to be in our studio next week?
Is he?
Yeah, I'm going to be.
I won't be here.
No, I'm going to be doing a live.
First and third.
I'm
What are
doing
we
a
doing?
live. I know. I'm doing a live stream meetup for some folks for NAB, and he will be there.
All right. I will
that?
not. Sorry.
Dave.
I believe my personal appearance calendar's maxed out.
Dave from Manchester, UK. Boom.
Dave.
Kenneth Harmon. Boom. We've got Paul Condor.
Kenneth Harmon, we got a road named after him.
Do we do? And it's a good road. I kind of know. Condor 954, one for the correct answer. Paul Condor gets one for being in the live
he there?
chat. Yes,
Haven't
he
seen
is.
him
I see
tonight.
him. Barney. What's your favorite Barney? Fife or Rubble?
Rubble. Absolutely
Attaboy.
Rubble.
All right.
The loyalty. Oh, I love loyalty.
Andy
Great
from New
quality.
Hampshire. We've got Terry R.
I mean, Fife had quality, but
yeah, we've got
the
John
loyalty.
Herman from New York City. We've got Jens from Germany. One for the correct answer. One for the live chat.
All right.
From Germany.
Hey, what's
What
her
the-
actual name?
Jens. Jens.
Wow.
What time is it in Germany right now? What time is it right now? Right now it's about almost 8. It's probably about 9 or 10.
Hey,
Okay.
Siri, what time is it right now in Germany?
Oh, that's so lame.
I know.
Does it work?
It does. And the answer is here at the estate.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Here at the estates,
Okay,
I don't
let's
think
continue.
a good T-Mobile signal.
Mike B from Chicago.
Oh, here we
Another
go.
rousing.
4:55 a.m.
Wow, God bless Jens. Eric Ace of Bats. Here we go. One for the correct answer. one for the intro video, and one for being in the live chat. That's a triple threat, if you will.
That's like the vodka I've been drinking, triples.
And finally, we've got Pops. One for the correct answer. One for being in the live chat. All right, hurry up. Let's go. Time's a wasting.
I'll get it during the video. Go.
Okay, and we're going to get one more for this magical thing here.
Hey kids, this week's correct Haddam answer is corduroy, down on Fremont East. I like downtown. I like Fremont Street. I'm glad stuff's happening on Fremont East. I hope they get it all cleaned up down east of the container park where it gets really ratty really quick. Anyway, I don't see any prices on the beer menu, so this place is liable to be a little bit pricey, but sometimes you got to get a break from the casino and the racket and go down and sit in one of them cozy little places and check it out. This place advertises itself as a rock and roll bar with a 70s kind of vibe. Got some interesting decor inside. Check it out when you're down on Fremont Street. Scott, we're going to give this week's choice a thumbs up. See ya.
All right. I think Huron Designer says he's Terry R. Did we have a Terry R? I feel like we did. Go ahead and put Terry R in there again because he's claiming that he's in there.
I don't remember Terry R, but
I think I do. I saw Terry.
I don't remember what the...
What do we know? Who cares? I'm all about, giving people stuff. I'm a giver. By the way, Pop's hair is getting pretty long, huh?
Right?
The Beatles called. They want their haircut back.
Yeah, Pop's looking a little like Southern glam rock.
He's looking a little 70s beach cat, Southern California. All right, here we go. Except for the silver part.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, this is like
quickly.
This is like
quickly.
Publishers Clearinghouse. Oh, quickly. I'm being rushed.
3 minutes before we get
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You don't stir these very well.
I don't stir. You're the one who just put your hand in there. Oh, hey, Bill Strayel. Congratulations, Bill. You're the big winner. You're going to win a drink on me, a visor, or some beautiful music. Okay, let's look at this week's Have a Drink on Me. Let's
do it. Survey says.
Beep. There it is.
All right.
All right. And the clues are as follows. Clue number 1. This bar is not good news if you were a seahorse. If you were a seahorse. So funny you
say that because I was
that, man, you are fucking chatty Cathy today, aren't you?
I looked at that and I thought, that.
Yes.
I thought and I was
That's
like,
right.
but I don't
that looks
see
like
it.
that. Well, if you were a seahorse, you're unemployed.
I didn't know that.
Bitch. Okay. Yep. Hit number 2. It could be named after this musical term: a voice, instrument, or part below the highest range
I am behind the times.
and above tenor. Wow. A voice, instrument, or part below the highest range or above tenor. And hit number 3, speaking of high, that's what this word is in Italian. Speaking of high, that's what this word is in Italian. And if you look very carefully on that picture, part of the name is covered up by that pillar on the left side.
This is news to me. That was so familiar.
Me too.
And then I was like, now I get it.
Me too. I'm like, what happened to the fucking seahorses?
Right.
If you know the answer, send the answer to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com.
Just like goldfish. You overfeed those puppies and
have a drink
eat and they're
at
dead.
vegasvideonetwork.com. I think it's a damn shame, but it's a pretty bar. Okay, hey, thanks everybody for playing along. Right. You guys are all fantastic.
Scott, what are the different ways you can watch us?
There's a whole bunch of ways. First of all, you can just send us an email. Let's say you just want to connect that way. OnAirQ@livinginlv.com. But then you can look at us in a variety of magical ways. Like what, Scott? Well, you can see us on iTunes. And by the way, if we're on iTunes and you like us there, give us a 5-star review. Audio or video, we're everywhere.
Log into your other account because I know you got 2.
Right.
Give another 5-star.
iTunes, you said that. How about YouTube? Give us a thumbs up. Share us with your friends. We're on the Roku with over 73,000 accounts installed. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple and Google and Fire TV, Google Play, and of course, the VegasVideoNetwork.com website. Hey, I'm your buddy Scott. That there is the most tireless mover guy you've ever met in your whole life.
Au revoir, Canada.
Look at him. He looks tired because he's actually had to do labor for the first time in his life. We'll see you guys
ready to work
next time here on the Vegas Video Network's Living in Las Vegas podcast. We'll see you guys. Take care. Who knew hockey would take so long? I'm not going to talk much about this. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Was that Seahorse Bar at Caesar's?